One last follow up on the redos on the redos. First up, though, actually, Anna, this is not a redo for you. This was your first do. I trust that these are two separate images, judging from the color of the light. Very, very warm here, not quite as warm up here. I think, first of all, very nice job. I'm not a big fan of just boxes being used in design. If you listen to my other critiques, you will know. I find that to be just lazy design when we can do other things. For instance, there is room right down here that TravelWyoming.com could exist in. Also, you should have a logo for Travel Wyoming, be it the Wyoming Convention and Visitors Bureau or something you make up or whatever it is. And this is just kind of, again, the box is just a real way of just being lazy design. So I want you to find a better way to put the type in. And you're not using the full width here, so this is going to have a fold here. What if this type was up here just smaller than this type? And what if this type here? First of all, for my first critique, Anna, if you would have listened to the other ones I've done, you would have known that I always tell you to give me something, put a worm on the hook. Give me something enchanting or enticing as a headline. You give it all the way with Wyoming. Make me look at this and wonder where I am going. I think you could come up with a more creative headline besides Visit Wonderful Wyoming. How about, the Grand Tetons and so much more? I don't know what the Tetons are from. I'm from Indiana. So that might be something you could use, right? But just something more exciting, and then also a more exciting font. If the font you're using is coming out of the computer, you're not working hard enough as a designer. I've said this in other critiques. All right, wasn't trying to pick on you there, but those are the two big things. That I like the way you combine the images here. You might consider warming up the highlights just a little more in the background picture so that it's more seamless. Right now, the color change really grabs my eye and tells me that that's a fake foreground. I think if the mountain was warmer and felt like it was under the same color temperature, it would be better. And I would just probably do it for the highlights and the midtones. And what you don't want to do is push the blue to be a green. Okay. Redo on the redo here. Haha. Thank you for combining the images in an interesting way. I think it looks really cool. I approve. I like your llama. So well done. I love this headline, right? Sacred to some, magnificent for all. Fantastic. And it looks really nice. And you've got the logo here, worked into a place. One thing I will say you want to consider in the future is if you're going to use a font, using a font that has very thin characteristics to the strokes of the font, make it harder to read over a busy background. So a more regularly stroked font, something without as much variation from thick to thin, will make it easier for people to read. Perhaps like what you're using here. Rich in history. Nice. Very nice. The only thing I will say is that these ladies are in full sun and they are in a shadow. So you could have perhaps altered their color balance and such as to make them feel like they were actually in the shadow and not in full sun, because they're in full sun here clearly. So just a mismatch in lighting conditions, right? Here's the sun over here, yet it's falling on them here, and they're not leaving any shadow. So, but I love the cutout on the upside, and I think that creatively, if you went in here and just really changed your color balance so that this white isn't so white and it matched more of the white back here or the white over here, I think that it would be a better blend. Also, I'm noticing that these ladies, the image you took these ladies from is much more crisp than, for instance, this gentleman's face or any other details in here. And that's also causing me. So I would also probably lower the resolution on the ladies in the background, maybe add a little bit of noise just to get them to feel more like they match. I think they're a little oversaturated. Overall, great job on these redos of the redos, folks. And very good job, Anna, on your first do. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of your work.